Digital transformation is in the air with all types of exciting digital technologies, blockchain, artificial intelligence, mobile, social, big data. Now, an important contributor to the success of digital transformation initiatives is culture. What is culture in this context? Well, culture is captured in the org chart with the various responsibilities and roles of the executives, but more importantly, culture is captured in behavior and values that are rewarded and appreciated within the organization. Now, I spent the majority of my time on the digital transformation initiatives within organizations. It became clear that three cultural aspects are extremely important for the success of digital transformation projects. The first is this trend, this move from silos that remains to be a very big problem in organizations to value streams. What are value streams? Value streams are business processes that involve the orchestration of people, business units, applications, connected devices for specific business objectives. An example is onboarding an employee. HR needs to give the employee the orientation. IT needs to get the credential and the equipment she or he needs. Finances needs to open charge accounts. All of them orchestrating and collaborating for onboarding the employee. Now, value streams can also be mission critical. Innovating new product, building it, productizing it, manufacturing it, marketing it, selling it, and providing service. And in between, there are many types of value streams. For example, processing claims or doing maintenance. Now, here's the problem. Organizations are vertical, and you have measurable business objectives for the business units, and that's what they focus on. Whereas value streams, and most organizations are an aggregate of these value streams, go horizontally across business units, and often there are no owners of the value stream. This was brought home to me by one of my favorite sitcoms, Seinfeld. The episode is he's trying to get his car. There is a reservation. The reservation is taken, but they did not hold the reservation. And he's frustrated. Actually, this happened to me. I show up in Orlando, Florida. I have a confirmation number, but there is no car. They didn't have my car. And if you think about it, getting a car ready and available at the car rental center for a specific customer is a value stream. You have to clean the car, get the fuel in it. You have to make sure it's drivable in the state. There are no dents. There are different groups and business units that get involved. In fact, it gets worse. If the value stream crosses organization boundaries, even country boundaries and continents. I was doing some research in supply chain and came across this interesting example. 1/3 of the food is spoiled in the value stream going from the farmer all the way to the consumer through processing the fruit, warehousing, transportation, and retail. So what can organizations do? First, they need to digitize and automate the value stream. And second, which is even more cultural, they need to have an owner, an empowered owner of the value stream. Second, we have an insatiable appetite to achieve innovation, build applications and solutions very, very quickly. Ask the millennials. And we have a lot of technology that is helping us. However, there is a tension, a tug of war between this speed, quick win, quick innovation, fast IT, and doing things right with the appropriate governance for security, reliability, performance, and scalability. Now, we have made incredible advances. I mean, over the past decades, we went from assembly to high-level structured level programming, and there was substantial productivity gains for the programmer. Then we went from that to object-oriented. So example of structured high-level programming is C. Example of object-oriented is Java, C#, C++, Objective-C. Still very popular. Now there is a new paradigm. It's digital transformation platforms that are providing model-driven environment with low-code, even no-code, digitizing the processes and the value streams, and providing tremendous opportunities for building innovative applications, products, solutions very quickly. However, as I said, that needs to be balanced with best practices. If not, we could have disasters as we had in 2016, where connected devices had a denial of service attack, and it caused blockout for at least part of the internet. So how are organizations going to handle this challenge? Well, through creating competency centers, centers of excellence that are multidisciplinary, that are precisely empowered and responsible to have this balance between the speed of innovation and doing things right with governance for security, reliability, performance, and quality. Now, last but not least, it's about automation. Every now and then I read or hear about a survey, an analysis, a statistic saying by 2040, 50% of jobs will be lost to robots. Those are good. They're interesting. However, often they approach this whole notion of automation rather naively, because there is a spectrum of work and spectrum of worker categories, and automation impacts them differently. On one end of the spectrum, you have repetitive work, predetermined, repetitive work, and it's true for this category of work and worker category. You will have robots replacing them. For example, robots moving boxes in a warehouse. That's happening. I read recently about robots cleaning the floor in a large retail chain. That's also happening. Robots on the shop floor, robots in mine. Repetitive, predetermined work. It also can happen in software. If you have a worker on a desktop doing the same repetitive work, for example, updating a customer information, you can have robotic process automation, which is software. Now, The other end of the spectrum, you have cognitive workers. These people are knowledge workers. They have a lot of experience and knowledge in their heads. In fact, some industries are facing a crisis because their knowledge workers are retiring. The knowledge of these workers, these cognitive workers, need to be harvested, digitized, and automated. Now, the most populous category of worker is the AI-assisted worker, where bots, intelligent assistants, Siri type of capability, Alexa type of capability come and help them. By the way, I sometimes ask Alexa, what do you think of Siri? And she answers, all AI is good. I mean, what kind of, it's not very creative. I don't think we have anything to worry about. So, in the one end of the spectrum, you have repetitive, predetermined work. The other end of the spectrum, unexpected events happen, and you need to leverage your experts. In fact, let me give you an example from one of my other favorite sitcoms, Lucille Ball in the Chocolate Factory. Now I'm giving up my age. And as long as things are going repetitively, smoothly, everything is okay, but something happens, she's not able to keep up, and the result is a humorous disaster. So work automation is very important. You can have robots replace workers, but you can also assist them, augment them, advise them. And the cultural impact is the following. The organization needs to have people who are responsible for the efficiency of automation, handling this spectrum of work very dynamically, as well as spectrum of worker category, to leverage the best in automation. So, digital transformation is in the air, but three very important cultural aspects are critical. Digitizing value stream and having owners of value stream, extremely important. Having a balance, a center of excellence that is responsible for maintaining balance between quick innovation, which is great, but doing the right things in terms of security, performance, reliability. And then having this whole spectrum of worker and work automations handled through empowered efficiency within automation. Thank you very much.